as many people say, and more, even at high level, there will be no transition without transmission. The grid infrastructure, and even more power grid infrastructure, is at the intersection of several important objectives at European level. Economic prosperity, of course, but also decarbonization of our economies in general. Which means in particular that we need to have more and more electricity produced by renewables, for example wind and solar, and also that we have to electrify more and more some consumption, including for mobility, electric vehicles, for heating, or even for industry. And these two dimensions are creating new paradigm for the power system and for the power grid, which needs to be completely revamped. And therefore, huge investments are needed in the grid in the 15, 20, 25 years to come in order to completely decarbonize Europe and to reach the objectives of the Paris Agreement. So there are several things that can trigger and that can allow us to reach these objectives. First one I would say is to see the system as a system of systems. So we do not have to look only at electricity or at gas or other energy vectors. We have to look at it in a comprehensive way. In the future, for example, flexibility will be very, very important for the power system, but will mostly come not from the power grid itself. It will come from, for example, distribution grid or from electrolyzers. So we really need to see the energy system as a system of systems and to develop these interactions between the different parts of the system. This is one enabler. Another enabler, or a series of other enablers, are addressed in the Grid Action Plan of the European Commission, which was published at the end of 2023, and which really is an actionable plan to make sure that the main obstacles to decarbonize the system in the coming decades will be resolved. These, for example, include providing more visibility for manufacturers, so that the current bottlenecks in terms of manufacturing capacity are resolved, and that we have more manufacturing capacity inside Europe. This also includes the possibility to provide, let's say, a better framework, regulatory framework for the network operators, but also for those who will finance these investments, so that they can also better assess the risk in terms of revenues that will be generated by these new investments, in terms of permitting procedures, so the delay to implement an investment, for example. It also addresses other obstacles, such as the lack of workforce, technical workforce in Europe, which is really important, because even if we manage to solve the other issues, but we do not have the people to build the capacity, we will not be able to develop the grid of the future.